And hey there, Steve Montoya with MaxPreps, and joined by our national football editor, Zack Poff. Zack, we've got some good games coming up this week, and it all starts in Florida. Our number one team, IMG, they got a good one here and a good test coming their way.
Yeah, they're taking on Edgewater, a team last year that nearly beat St. Thomas Aquinas in the 7A state championship game. They bring back a lot of key players led by 2021 Alabama commit Christian Leary at wide receiver. He lines up all over the place. But you look at IMG Academy, man, they're straight loaded. We saw that in week one against Venice a couple of weeks ago. They won big 49-13. And this will be their home opener too. But the guy I got circled is J.J. McCarthy, five-star quarterback, Michigan commit. He looked very, very good in his first game. And it helps, too, when you got the best offensive line in high school football, in my opinion, led by J.C. Latham, a 2021 Alabama commit, and the number one rated offensive tackle prospect in the class of 2022, Tyler Booker. They're also loaded on defense, man. This IMG team is hungry, and they're ready to prove that they are the number one preseason team in the country for a reason, for sure. But Edgewater's good, man. This is going to be a good test for IMG as they lead up to that Duncanville matchup on October 10th. So Edgewater is going to be hungry and ready to prove a point. So they'll jump in, obviously, the top 25 if they can pull off a big win on the road against IMG.
And let's go to Alabama now. Our 20th ranked team, Thomson, 4-0. They got a 4-0 battle coming their way with Hewitt-Trussville. Both these teams solid. Last year, these two teams played. It was within a 7-point game. This should be a real good, solid football game in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and one of the guys I've been most impressed with this year is the quarterback for Thomson, Connor Harrell. I mean, he had big shoes to fill. Sawyer Pate led them to a state title, the first one for Thomson since 1982. And the quarterback before that was Tailia Tungavailoa, who's now at Maryland, was previously at Alabama. So, he's come in and he shined last week in a 48-35 dub against Spain Park. He threw for over 400 yards and a few touchdowns. And he's got a bunch of guys to get the rock to, including 2021 South Carolina commit Sam Reynolds. The defense, though, is where Thomson is just big time. You got Jeremiah Alexander, a 2022 Alabama commit, and then the number 2 prospect overall in the class of 2023 in Peter Woods. And you also got the number 1 corner in the class of 2023 in Tony Mitchell. But looking at Hewitt-Trussville real quick, the guy that I can't wait to watch is a 2021 Auburn commit, Armani Goodwin in the backfield. He's a big-time running back. He tore his ACL last season. And this year, he's looked amazing, looks 100%, and he looks healthy. And if Hewitt-Trussville wants to get the dub, they're going to need a big game from the future Auburn Tiger.
Good one there. Both teams 4-0. All right, back to Florida now. Zach, two solid teams, both in the top 50. Number 22, American Heritage, and number 36, chaminade-madonna for American Heritage. This is their first game. Chaminade's already 1-0. What do you see here?
I see two future Miami Hurricanes, man, and one on each side of the rock. Last week we saw Thad Franklin. He went for $160 and 4 touchdowns in that season opening win for chaminade-madonna. Now he faces an even bigger, big-time defense this week in number 22 American Heritage. Pat Surtain is the head coach. He's won a couple of state titles since taking over as head coach about 5 years ago, and he has a bunch of future D1 prospects, but he also has the number 1 safety in the country in 5-star Miami commit James Williams, who makes his return to American Heritage, played a sophomore season there. He's back for his senior year. I can't wait to watch this cat on the gridiron, man. This is going to be a get your popcorn ready type of game for sure. And obviously, if chaminade-madonna wins this game, you'll see them jump in the top 25 next week.
And we finished this thing out in the state of Georgia. Two 2-0 teams, Grayson and Collins Hill, both teams ranked in the top 10 in the state. Grayson is rolling. You got them at number 5. Does Collins Hill have even a chance here?
They got a chance, man. I wouldn't say a great chance, but I'll give them about a 20 to 25% chance because they got the number 1 player in the state of Georgia in the class of 2022. That's two-way player Travis Hunter. He's a Florida State commit, and he just, man, he's fun to watch, and he's a guy that can make an impact on both sides of the ball and can really interrupt what Grayson's trying to do. But Grayson, man, they've looked outstanding. They rolled a very good McEachern team, 55-21 last week, and Phil Maffa, a 2021 Clemson commit. He's back and healthy at running back. He balled for over 220 and 2 touchdowns. So I expect him to get the rock a lot. in this one. And Deion Cannon, been super impressed with him. He was the backup quarterback coming into the year, but Carlos Del Rio is not eligible to play and most likely won't be allowed to play his senior season. So Cannon's going to be the quarterback for the future for the Rams, and he's played very, very well. He's got a couple of big-time receivers to get the ball to, too, in 2021. Georgia Tech commit Jamal Haynes. I think Grayson's going to win. I think this game might be closer than people think, but I think the Rams are going to get to 3-0 in this one.
All right. Well, the great thing is, Zach, we're talking high school football. We got states playing, more coming on. Good time of the year for sure. All right. That's Zack Poff. I'm Steve Montoya. This is MaxPreps and CBS Sports HQ.